All right, my dudes, long time no see. I just wanted to give you a little bench update after all these months. Now, it's been a long time since I've actually done a bench style update, and excuse me that I'm so sweaty. I just came from a little jog outside. But anyways, I want to show you what's been on the bench, and there will be some showcases coming up in the next few months, all right, of some where I want to get some good video, get it all set up, and a pretty nice. But just in the meantime, while that stuff is, getting put together, I did want to take you through the bench and the projects I've been working on and give you a little update after all these months away. All right, so the desk is an absolute mess, as always. Lots of stuff on here, so I'll kind of take you through down one side to the other and sort of talk you through what we're going on. So over here, we got a bunch of American Revolution militia troops. So this is about half of the ones I've done. The other half are kind of packed away. And I'll kind of tell you why I'm painting all these and not basing them up in a moment. But in terms of this project, the goal is mainly creating some composite forces for the British and for the Americans for 1775 through 1777. And that's kind of what's guiding a lot of my modeling decisions is what was going on in those years. Now, I won't pretend not to be biased. I am really only interested in the northern campaign. What happens down south, I'm not really that interested in it. But the northern theater stuff, that is totally my bread and butter. The year 1776, pretty interesting year. The times that try men's souls, as they say, a lot of interesting battles going on. But the Saratoga campaign in 77, and some of the earlier actions up there in 76 as well. I mean, maybe theoretical actions around Fort Ticonderoga. That's kind of my main interest. And, as this project develops, I'll probably give you a little more intel on those. So part of the reason why, I painted up all these militia, and then I'm painting up some uniformed Continentals. So the reason why I'm kind of painting them all up at the same time is due to the uniform issue dates. So there were uniforms issued in 76 and there are uniforms issued in 78, but there was not an issue in 77. Meanwhile, there was not one factory, that produced all the uniforms for the Continental Army. What they would do is they would farm it out to the states, and the states would farm it out to the towns. So they'd say, okay, state of Connecticut, you're responsible for producing this many coats. And then each town in Connecticut would produce a fraction of those coats, and then they'd all send them in. So, that number of coats might not match the number of men. There were different uniforms issued at different times. So we're going for a very hodgepodge look. And in northern New England, it's even, worse than that. If you read some of the reports, I mean, many of the men didn't even have shoes who were stationed in Fort Ticonderoga. So the goal is, I am going to be doing a number of militia regiments, but for my Continentals, I want to paint up all of them and then kind of divide them into uniforms and then fill in militia as we go. So kind of the plan here is this is going to be the basis of three different regiments. One is going to be in brown coats with the red facings, and what they did oftentimes is they actually had captured in 76 a British supply ship that was full of red coats, so they just dyed the coats brown. And I have some regiments in mind for my Continentals, but they're going to be kind of done somewhat generically so they could really stand in for whatever I want them to be, because I'm not going to be painting, if you wanted to do the AWI fully accurate, you would have to paint each regiment differently for every year because the looks totally changed, the coat colors changed as different stuff became available, blah, blah, blah. So one regiment is going to be brown with red facings, one is going to be blue with red facings, and then another is going to be blue with white facings, and then the hunting shirt guys will be mixed in. So hunting shirts, they were pretty easy to produce. George Washington, in the absence of regular uniforms, kind of thought they were a very American staple garment, so they could do well as an American uniform, and maybe the British would think every man in a hunting shirt was a rifleman, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, you know, each Continental I think at a certain stage in 76 was issued with 2 of those hunting shirts. So I'm going to mix the hunting shirts in with the regular coats, and then we're going to fill in the gaps with militia dudes, and then everyone left over will be militia. So these guys are the ones I'm currently working on right now. I haven't painted today. This is where I left off yesterday. Some artillery and then some NCOs with, I forget what those little pikes are called, those little halberds, they have a name. So the Continental forces will have a lot less artillery, and then the red coats. But yeah, the main plan actually is to really I have done some of the British forces, but the main goal is to get all of the Continental or all of the American troops done first, and then get all the Continental troops done first, and then get all the British done, and then get the they're actually not going to be Hessians for this project. They're going to be Brunswickers. Get all the Brunswickers done, and then get some natives and loyalists done. And I really, if it could be done, get this project done by Christmas, which I think there's possibility of that. So here, I've also been kind of plugging away. We've got some Continental Dragoons. Now, these are actually the 4th Dragoons. I bought them off of eBay, but I'm painting them up as the 2nd Dragoons. And the 2nd Dragoons are kind of known for their brassy kind of helmets, but they weren't issued those until 78, so I think these will do fine. The Continentals will get 2 units of cavalry, so we'll do the 2nd Dragoons, and then we'll also do some Connecticut light horse for them. These guys, I'm not going to tell you what they're going to be. You can see they got some green coats, they've got some peculiar uniforms. They are on the Continental side, but I'll let those guys be a little secret for now since they look a little mysterious and different. And then here's the rest of the Continentals remaining to be painted. I do have to get a few more packs. A little commander I've been chipping away at. Some of the officers here, some more of the cavalry, and some more officers and casualties and dragoons and whatnot. Okay, so this is like probably 80%. Well, not 80%, but this is a pretty good chunk of the Continental stuff here on my desk. So back here, you know, Carthage is not forgotten. These are some of the Iberians I've been doing. They're finished except for the shields. The shields are where I'm really struggling to build up the willpower to do the shields. And this is actually only half of the Iberians I've painted. I've got another, probably about the same amount painted, just kind of stowed away. These are kind of recently finished. Didn't really enjoy painting these that much, to be honest. I kind of thought I would enjoy doing them, but for some reason it just wasn't clicking with me. I definitely kind of rushed through them as fast as possible. For the Iberians, I've got 24 cavalry that are assembled and primed that I need to paint. And then I've got a Celt-Iberian warband of like 36 dudes that's primed and ready to be painted, but I gotta paint them. And then I got 36 slingers that need to be assembled and primed and everything cleaned up. They're a mix of plastics and metals, the slingers. So are these. There's some different metal Iberians mixed in with mainly Victrix. So those will get done. My goal is to get the Iberians as well done by Christmas. Just kind of plug away at them, get the whole force done. Since my last update, I have actually done a ton of Carthaginians as well. I just didn't do videos. I think what I'll do is I might just do one giant showcase of the whole Carthage project once it's done. It's probably going to be done around May. And after the Iberians, there's only one portion of the army left to do, and that is the Gauls. And got a lot of Gauls to do. I'm basically kind of doing a whole Gallic army. But I think it'll just be really cool to just put everything on the table at the same time, and I think you'll be impressed. Okay, and then lastly, we've got something totally different. We've got some Normans, although they're kind of, the goal is for these to mainly be early crusaders. I just read Dan Jones' book on the Templars, and I've had these sitting around, so I decided just to paint them up. The Normans, I think that's going to be kind of maybe, or Crusaders, is going to be kind of an end of, here, man, I'll do a little slow zoom through. That's going to be kind of maybe at an end of next summer, finished, just kind of, I want to actually, similar to the way I'm doing these Continentals, I just want to get all of them painted up and then just do a mass basing session and figure out the exact unit compositions and stuff then. But I got another batch. They just need to be primed. I need to get more primer, but I got some infantry to do. And that's, something I'll just kind of plug away on at the side when I get tired of other stuff. So that is the bench update. I want to get back into the YouTube stuff. I've been really bad about doing it. I know this American Revolution project, very excited for that. Maybe I'll even try, the rule set I'm kind of doing these for is Lust for Glory, which hasn't come out yet. And I think the AWI supplement is going to be a ways away. But I just love kind of the musket period. So yeah, I'm excited for that. So we'll kind of call it there. I've definitely got some AWI rants that I can go on. I've been doing a lot of research into the period, etc. So I'll be interested to talk about that more. But we'll call it for now. I want to get you some more updates as we go. Hopefully this batch is kind of done over the next couple of weeks. We'll see how we go. I feel like I know I'm rambling. I feel like my painting standards have kind of slipped a little bit, but I've also been like getting stuff done. So it's a give and take. So we'll leave it at that, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully I'll get another update out somewhat kind of soon. All right, see you guys.